Hi, can you hear me?
It's time for Fight Chat.
Perfect.
What's up, everybody? We got a very special guest for you today. He's 5-0 in the UFC with 4 back-to-back wins in 2020, coming off an impressive TKO finish over Jamie Simmons, 12-2 in his pro MMA career. Give it up for Giga Chikadze. What's up, man? How's it going?
What's up, brother? Thanks for having me. Everything's going well. Just had my last fight 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago. Just chilling home, training, keep doing the same thing.
Awesome. Did I pronounce that right, by the way? Is it Giga?
Yeah, you said perfect. Yeah.
All right, perfect. I've been doing some research, and is it true you've been fighting since you were 5 years old?
Yeah, 4 or 5, I started training, and my first competition was when I was 6.
Wow, that's a young age. How did you get into MMA?
Back in the days, karate was really popular in my country. So my dad took me at his friend who was a karate teacher, and then slowly I made my way to kickboxing, and later I moved to California and started MMA.
So you grew up training kickboxing and karate. Did you click with those fighting styles right away, or?
So back in the days, I was karate fighter for a long time, like since 4 till 18. I was just training karate, and I had a lot of different achievements in karate, like national championships, European championship, world championships. But thing was not really getting any easy, for me because karate was not paying anything. So I decided to see what would be the closest sports that I could live with the sport. So back in that time, that moment, K1 was really popular, and I decided to go in and try myself into K1. So I moved in Holland, in Netherlands, where I lived almost like 7 years, and then I saw the kickboxing was not really that sport. Oh, boom! Damn, my bad. Can you play me dinosaur? And after then, uh, yeah, and after I just decided to find the sport again, and the closest sports to kickboxing and karate was MMA, especially at the moment the that was getting more popular. UFC was getting more popular. I just decided to move in California and try MMA.
Awesome. And you're training out of Kings MMA in California, right?
Right.
It's no secret that gym has had some of the greatest champions come out of it. RDA, Machida, you have Dariush, Kevin Gastelum, and yourself. How's it like training there for you?
Uh, Training is great here. We have a team like really special. We atmosphere in the gym is super nice, very friendly, very family style. Anybody when any new fighter coming, uh, they having a big test. The first day is always fun here, and training is really hard here. It's not easy, but if you come for really to train, that's the best place. But if you just come for hang out and do a little bit training back and forth, like that's not our style. So we always ready. That's why we take fights like short notice and stuff. You know.
You've had a lot of success with short notice fights as well. Many fighters have openly said how they get nervous on fight night. What's going through your mind on that night? What's your mindset before walking into the octagon?
Of course, definitely that's some special moment. But since I've been doing this for a long time, as we mentioned, I'll be fighting since 6 karate, and later I joined kickboxing. And I fought big shows in kickboxing like Showtime, K1, and Glory. And then I picked up experience how to how it would feel in a big show in front of like 20,000 people, And now I'm just enjoying the moment. This is what I wanted for a long time. UFC fans and UFC organization is the place where I really belong to and where I enjoy most. So every time I step in there, I'm just a proud Georgian to represent my country, my family, and I'm doing what I love the most there.
That's all that matters, right?
Right.
You mentioned fighting at big shows with 20,000 people. Some fighters have voiced their opinions on the no crowd thing and how it affects their performance. Do you feel like that affects your performance as well?
So I've been fighting in the small shows for a long time. Also, it was not really like easy to get in a big show. So the first I remember I was fighting the daytime shows, like the no shadow, just all light, sunlight, like which was kind of fun. And once you have this kind of experience, like tournaments, amateur tournaments in karate, kickboxing, uh, then after this, just no crowd is nothing new, to you. But one good thing in that show is like Dana is there, Sean matchmakers are always there, and you get all the attentions from the special people that you really need to get attention from them. So yeah, it's good because you can also hear the sound of what your corner is talking to you, what your opponent's playing, so you can easily find out about it. And plus, every time I kick, I see the Dana's face like ooh, so that's benefits me well.
And speaking of your kicks and fighting style, it's very calculated how you pick your moments and your shots. It kind of reminds me of an Israel Adesanya type of style. Are there any other fighters that you take inspiration from? Or are there any other fighting styles that you resonate with?
I didn't say I'm watching Israel Adesanya, but yeah, he's definitely super good. He's been fighting in Glory as well. I definitely check his fight sometime. Anderson Silva, Jon Jones. I try to learn more and more footage from old fights, which I never did earlier. I was a fan of UFC when it started. I remember I was 4 or 5 years old when my dad showed me the Gracie fights because in 1993 there was the first UFC show, and this guy choke everybody from upside down, and like all kind of craziness he did, and I became a huge fan of him from that moment. But other than that, I try to study the fights now because I believe this helps a lot. This helps a lot because especially when you do the big move from kickboxing or karate or like from any martial arts, when you are really good in other thing and you changed your life and you move to this sport, you need to learn a lot. It's not only the fight of striking, you have to know how to be wrestler if you need to be the grappler, and all this helps me to build my style, which my kickboxing style, if you check my fights, old fights, is completely different than MMA because yeah, I had to adapt a lot and I had to learn a lot. Like first when I moved here and started MMA, I fought in a big show right away, the World Series of Fighting, WSOF, and I had no experience in MMA. But I believed that I was gonna go there, just gonna knock everybody out. But after like a couple of minutes, this guy took me down, and well, I had a really hard time to get out. He didn't do any damage. He was just holding myself. But all this from the first fight changed my mentality a lot. After this, I knew that I had to put white belt on myself, go and start beginner class in jiu-jitsu. Same thing with the wrestlers, do some college young kids classes. And I did this all, and all this helps me to find a little bit my style, and I'm still working on it. and it's getting better and better every time.
Fair enough. And how much percent would you say of the game plan during camp comes in with you during the actual fight?
Uh, one thing I really always like the past like a few fights I've been really very strict and really working is the moment that I'm very emotional in the fight. You know, even yesterday the one guy, not gonna mention his name, we spar a lot. He's 170, have like main event fight coming up in other show, and we spar super hard. And for the beginning, we were both technical, and he got me with a knee, which I didn't expect, on the training. And once this happened, like right away, I'm getting very emotional. And I want to knock him out right away. And this happens to me in the fights as well. And this is very emotional moment that takes your energy and really damaged your cardio, which was happening a lot earlier fights. So now I'm really trying to just hold my emotions and stick with the game plan, and because I'm a better striker than anybody in my division, I believe in this, and I don't need to rush. But sometimes it's really hard.
And you had said you wanted to fight Jeremy Stevens in December, but recently you tweeted that no one wants to fight you. Did he back out of that fight, or what happened there?
I just did not hear anything after this. So after my fight, I mentioned his name because some situation was before I fought this fight. They offered me Arnold Allen, which is number 9, and was scheduled with Jeremy Stevens. And Jeremy Stevens couldn't fight November, so that's why they tried to replace with myself. So they matched me up with Arnold Allen, and he backed out. He said, "No, I don't want to fight Giga in 1 week notice. I need 1 month or something." So then I fought this fight. They kept me on the card. I fought somebody, right, debutant, and then I beat this guy, and then I believe I deserve his spot because Arnold Allen didn't fight me. And if Jeremy Stevens was not able to fight November and he was able to fight December, I just mentioned his name because I wanted to take Arnold Allen's spot and fight Jeremy Stevens, which I deserved. I just fought even beginning of October, 10th of October, and 7th of November. I was ready to fight, and I fought. Even I had super hard fight in October. But I don't know. This guy didn't take the fight, and that's why I mentioned Jeremy Stevens. And after this, Jeremy tweeted right away on Twitter that he said, "I'm ready for December fight" or something like this. And I was super excited. And it's been like 2 weeks. I have not heard anything from him. This happens a lot, man. Like it's funny that before I got in UFC, um, uh, was I talked to matchmakers, a manager. Everybody was telling me that, oh, Giga, we need to build your record. We need to fight more fights outside of UFC. So, you know, and it was super hard for me to schedule the fight. Like just literally nobody was taking a fight against me. And now the same thing is happening inside UFC. Like my 5 fights, four of those guys pulled out. Like first 3 times, Mike Davis was the guy I was gonna fight, and he pulled out like 12 days, 1 week, and 1 day notice. These 3 times, and then Omar Morales was a guy that actually really fight me, who I was scheduled, and now Arnold Allen pulled out. So now Jeremy is not taking the fight. So I just don't know. Yeah, I really want excited to fight somebody who's ranked. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, picking an opponent like Jeremy Stevens automatically brings you into that top 10 conversation at featherweight, and rightfully so. I mean, you've had a hell of a 2020. You look better and better with each fight you've had.
Thank you.
Do you have your eyes set on anyone else in that top 10 slot? And are you trying to squeeze in another fight before the year ends?
Yeah, I just saw the Qatar and Max Holloway gonna fight soon
That's
in
a great fight.
January or something. If any of these guys gonna pull out, I would love to fight. So that's even bigger spot on the ranking, So that's what we all are trying. And well, like anybody from till 15 don't have opponents, and like somebody gets hurt or something, I'm always here. They know my number. I'm always reachable on social media, so would love to jump in real quick and fight. I want to finish this year like one more fight. That's my goal, because now Kevin Holland is fighting and he will be 5-0 or 4-1. No one. So I wanna finish with one more fight this year.
Well, hopefully you get that. The whole thing going on with people turning down fights and the ranking hierarchy, it can get really complicated, but I really hope you get the fight you want.
That's right.
I know I've taken up a lot of your time, so I just have one last question for you.
Sure.
If Giga Chikadze wasn't a fighter today, what would he be doing?
Probably soccer player. I don't know. I really used to love it so much. Like if it was not fighting, I would probably still would be in the sports, and probably I would do the soccer. Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, with those kicks, soccer doesn't sound bad at all. Thank you so much for taking the interview. I really appreciate it, and we look forward to your future fights and seeing more and more of you. And I hope you get the opponents that you call out. I'll also try and put it out there for you, and hopefully we can get you something you like.
Thank you, my friend, for having interest with me. I'm gonna give a real quick shout out to my team and sponsors, the Kings MMA, Chase Your Dream, Michael Perez, Kings Anaheim. All these people are helping me so much, and I'm not gonna mention separately their name. Like it's been really, really super great experience, because when I moved here, I was no one in the United States, and I found my friends, my team, my family here. I'm really blessed to have them in my team, and also the sponsors. Without them, would be super hard, to stay here in California. It's super crazy prices going. Past 5-6 years, I've been having a great sponsors: Petrocas Energy Group, Acharabet, Saigon Sports Club, and now I started with some models, sporting goods store, and all these people are standing behind me and wanted to give shout out. So thanks again for having me, and hope to talk to you soon again.
Thanks a lot. Giga Chikadze, everyone.
Take
Take care, buddy.
care, bud.